Hardcore Superstar is a hard rock band from Sweden. They've now been around for over 20 years. Their first album, I guess, technically came out in 1998. It's kind of weird because between that one and the next one, they have songs that are on both albums. So I don't know if one of those is their official first album and if maybe the other one is a demo. But either way, they've been around for over 20 years. So it's fitting that 20 years since their first recording, they would release another album. I guess technically their 11th album, 2018's You Can't Kill My Rock and Roll, motherfucker. I would describe this band as a no frills rock band. They basically focus on writing songs. They don't really focus on extravagant musicianship or complex song structures. They're basically going to give you a verse, chorus song, and you might get a solo. Now, even with that style, that can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. If you just want to hear some decent music and you don't really want to have to turn on your brain, then it's perfectly fine. If you just want something to rock out to, again, it's perfectly fine. If you're looking for Dream Theater or Symphony X or anything else like that, well, you're obviously not going to find that here. I think this style has its good and bad points. It is kind of nice just to have something simple to listen to every now and again, but at the same time, their music does tend to follow a sort of formula: verse, chorus, solo, chorus. So that can get repetitive, and quite a few of their songs also get pretty repetitive, which we're going to talk about in this album. Overall, I do like these guys, though, and I feel like there is some variety within their discography. I feel like their first few albums, which I don't really care for all that much, definitely have a different style than the more hard rock albums that I like. Dreaming in the Casket, the self-titled album, Split Your Lip, and Beg for It are the four that I like the most. And even in their 2013 album, it seemed like they tried to do something different with the song structures. I feel like they try not to stay the same, is what I'm getting at. This album's kind of weird. I want to love it. I really do. It's got an interesting tone to it, or an atmosphere, if you will. I can't say they've done anything exactly like this before in their discography. They are straight up hard rock songs, but the vibe is just pretty different. Definitely different for anything in my music library. I would say this album is heavier than the last one. Not quite as heavy as the four albums I mentioned being the ones that I really like, but definitely heavier than the abbreviated self-titled album. But just there's something different about it that makes me want to love it, but there are problems with it as well, which keep me from loving this album. Let's just go ahead and get into the track listing. The opening track is ADHD. The song starts off with a melodic intro and the singer singing the chorus before we get a little bit of drums and guitar playing. The verses are pretty much just the singer singing by himself, and then the drums and guitars and bass will fill in a little bit here and there. There's really only two lines before we get to the chorus, which, for the most part in this song, is really fast paced and the band kicks in and everything. It's not a terrible chorus, but I really don't like the flow of the song very much. I'm not really a big fan of singers singing without the music playing, and the verses are pretty short too. It's just, to me, it's kind of clunky. I can't really get into the song myself. Electric Rider is next. This song I really, really like. It's got a nice groove to it. I really like the chorus a lot, and it's easily my favorite song on the album. I can't really think of how to describe the vocals in the verse, except to say that they kind of fit the nice groove that the music has going on. It also has a pretty nice guitar solo, and I like the guitar tones during that solo as well. My Sanctuary is also kind of a mid-tempo song. It starts off acoustic with some singing. That part's pretty cool, and it transitions well into the rest of the song. I don't really like the fills, though. There's this like country guitar sounding fill that I hear in the intro, and I hear it a little bit in the chorus, and that's kind of annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. I still do enjoy the song. The chorus isn't the greatest either, but it's good enough. Hit Me Where It Hurts is next, and this is another groove type song. The beat and pacing to this song have a very strip club feel to it. This song, something about it reminds me a lot of Aerosmith. The only song I can think of that comes close right now is Sweet Emotion, but I don't think that's the song I'm thinking of. The melodies in the verse make me think of something Aerosmith, and for the life of me, I just cannot think of what song that is. I'll just say it has a very Aerosmith vibe to it. It's an okay song. I don't mind it. You Can't Kill My Rock and Roll is next. This song wouldn't really be terrible, but the problem I have with it is it's basically a modern version of ZZ Top's Legs. If you listen to the verses, the vocals are different, but the music is exactly like ZZ Top's Legs. The pacing is pretty similar. The guitars sound like they're played in that same style. You've got that background synthesizer kind of playing along the bass. It sounds exactly like that song to me. It's way too similar for me to be able to like this song. I just don't like that at all. The Others is next. This song is another basic rock song. It's okay, but my big issue with this song is the lyrics in the chorus. He rhymes every single line in the chorus. Others, brothers, another, others. And that gets way too repetitive. They really needed to vary that up. If they wanted to rhyme, maybe rhyme every other line instead of every line. I really don't like it when bands do that. It just makes the song way too repetitive. Have Mercy on Me is next. This song's kind of fun, actually. It's got an upbeat mood to it. It's a little bit faster paced than pretty much the rest of the album. It's very catchy. It's kind of fun. I really like the vibe to the song. Never Cared for Snobbery is next. This one's another kind of mid-tempo, maybe slightly more up-tempo rocker. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this song. There wasn't really anything special about it. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Next we have Baboon, hands down the worst song on the album. I think this was actually a single. I remember seeing something about a video being released for it. I really don't know why that's a thing. This song is freaking terrible. The chorus, the lyrics alone are something like, you look like a baboon in your shitty room. Something about boom boom. I don't even know. This is a terrible song. With better lyrics, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. I could not get past that. Those were the first lines in the song. And immediately, if you can't hook me right away, at least don't turn me off to the song right away. And this song definitely turned me off right away, so I don't really know a whole lot else about it. Terrible lyrics, just a fucking terrible song. Bring the House Down is next. It's a pretty standard song. Again, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. It's there, it's not bad, it's not great. It's serviceable, I suppose. Medicine Man is next, and this song has an annoying kind of whine in it in the chorus. There's this annoying kind of beeping, whiny sound. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm guessing it's some vocals with a weird effect to it, but I don't really like the song. This song also has a very strip club vibe to it, but even more so than the earlier song. Goodbye is next, and this is another one I don't really care for. I don't hate it, but I don't really care for it either. The song has a very finale feel to it, like the band was deciding to call it quits after this album. I certainly hope that's not the case, but this song definitely has that feel to it, like the band might be deciding to not make music anymore. But hopefully they're not planning on hanging it up anytime soon. Overall, the album is okay. There are several songs that I really enjoy. There are also some songs that are just I'm pretty meh on, and then there's one song I absolutely hate. Overall, it's still a decent enough listen, I guess. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think most fans of the band are going to like this album. I'm a little more picky than most people. I can listen to this album front to back, except for Baboon, and not really mind what's on there, but there's not a whole lot that I really look forward to either. And it's really a shame because I did find myself really wanting to like this album, but I just couldn't. But if you're a fan of the band, I would definitely recommend giving it a shot. You'll probably like it.